Hello and welcome to another video on that game that we're all so incredibly hyped about, Europa Universalis 5. Today is one of those happy Wednesdays where we get to learn about a new mechanic or feature coming in this game, and if you would like to stay informed about everything that's coming up with this title, then hit the subscribe button. I do videos whenever there is new content to share, and well, today is one of those days. So let us go and have a look at what we're going to be getting with the Buddhism religion in EU5. It is another religious group, like some we saw previously, such as Christianity or Islam. Within it, we have Bon, Eastern Buddhism, Shinto, Theravada, Samkhya, Tibetan Buddhism, and Sanjiao. Having its origins from the teachings of the Buddha, meaning the Awakened One, and also known by his princely name, Siddhartha Gautama, or by the title Sakyamuni, Buddhism expanded far and wide from its source in India, influencing and getting influenced by the many countries and peoples and beliefs it spread to. Many different Buddhist schools emerged within it with different approaches and interpretations on the path to liberation from samsara, the cycle of death and rebirth. So we have the map of where we have Buddhist countries, so Theravada was one of them, Sanjiao was one of them, Eastern Buddhism there, Shinto, Tibetan Buddhism. I don't know where Bon is, but, well, there's a lot of Buddhists. There's a lot of Buddhists. So, we'll focus on the three main branches of pure Buddhism: Theravada, Eastern Buddhism, and Tibetan Buddhism, which share the same core mechanics. So we'll start off with Theravada. They've got monthly karma. I guess this is the one that's all going to be shared between them. Efficiency of cabinet. Anytime this comes up, I will point out again and again, this is a massively impactful modifier. Really, really good to have this. Tolerance of heretical beliefs +1, and it lets you build monasteries. We have 7.7 million Theravadas, mostly in Khmer. Actually, not mostly, but there's a lot in Khmer. And these other places that I definitely can pronounce, but won't to spare you me pronouncing them. Also, I don't know where any of them are. Called the School of the Elders, it adheres to the oldest traditions of Buddhism. It rejects the Mahayana Sutra, and thus the many Bodhisattva and the Bodhisattva path itself as being available to all. Instead, it focuses on the monastic community as a superior way of achieving enlightenment. Eastern Buddhism, meanwhile, keeps obviously the karma, and now it's got literacy, max literacy. I don't know which one of these modifiers is better, right? I feel like this is immediately apparent. You're able to see instantly what you're getting, right? How much it's impacting you when you're using your cabinet to do various tasks. You can instantly see the benefits you're getting. Max literacy is one of those modifiers that you don't instantly see the impact, but over the course of a campaign, max literacy, I think, is probably slightly more impactful than efficiency of cabinet. But honestly, I would take either of these. These are both fantastic modifiers. Called the Great Vehicle, Mahayana is a branch of Buddhism that accepts not only the early Buddhist text, but also those known as the Mahayana Sutra. It emphasizes the figure of the Bodhisattva, understanding the Bodhisattva path as available to all as a way to achieve Buddhahood. Is it disrespectful if I find the word Buddhahood funny? Okay, we're just going to move on. While originally developing in India, it saw much of its expansion through China and the Silk Road, and the Chinese canon forms now the basis of all Eastern Buddhism. So that is the Eastern Buddhism that we see in Goryeo. So Korea, Dai Viet is Vietnam, Palembang is like Indonesia, and I don't know where these guys are. Now onto Tibetan Buddhism, and they have that max literacy, but also they have monthly war exhaustion. War exhaustion in EU5 is a much more painful modifier than it ever was or could be in EU4. I would take 20 war exhaustion in EU4 before I would take 5 war exhaustion in EU5. That's just how much more impactful it is. And I think it is better for that. We have 1.5 million Tibetan Buddhist pops, Tibet here, and a bunch of others. No one being super huge, Tibet being the largest at 260,000. The form of Buddhism developed along and around the mountains of the Himalayas, emerged from the Eastern Buddhism tradition, but incorporated many of the esoteric practices of Vajrayana due to its close contact with India and the later stages of development of Buddhism there. Cool. So, they all have the karma system. I hope Karma is better than it was in EU4, because I'm not gonna lie, I really hated Karma in EU4. I thought it was kind of awful. Honestly, looking at it though, it seems kind of similar. It seems kind of similar, unfortunately. So one aspect that all of these share is the presence of Karma as a currency. Karma, same as was in EU4, can be modified by different factors and gives different effects depending on its value. So if you are above 33, you get Diplo Rep. If you're below negative 33, you get 2.5% discipline. If you are in the middle, you get discipline and Diplo Reputation. So it's one of the religions where you just gotta try and stay in the middle. I kinda hated that system in EU4. I hope it feels better here. It depends on what you can do to shift this bar, shift the needle, because yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. I never enjoyed it. Another very important aspect of Buddhist religions is the presence of various Buddhist sects. Each religion has a variety of different sects, represented as an international organization. Alright, cool. And countries will belong to the sects of their own religion. Eastern Buddhism countries can belong to a maximum of 3 sects, while the rest of the religions allow for a maximum of a single one. Each sect has a value of favor, representing the influence and support the sect has, as well as locations in which that sect is present. The sect also defines themselves through a set of laws establishing their philosophy and teaching, so making use of the IO system for Buddhism as well. It seems like, just anytime you can use an IO, you probably should, because it lets you do so many things. So they're called teachings here for their laws, fair enough. Main philosophy, we go cultural tradition plus 10%. If we disfavor it, then we get minus 20 cultural tradition. And if you promote another one, you get minus 15. Okay. We got various policies as well that you can enact if you so desire. Main current philosophy and teachings form the core set of beliefs of the sect. And you can start a law debate to change one of them if you so desire. Alright, as long as sects have a high value of favor, over 60%, they'll be able to expand their influence by adding more of their neighboring locations to the IO. Conversely, if sects have a low value of favor, less than 40, they'll start losing their locations. Sects will also lose locations if the dominant religion of the location is not the appropriate one. Sects can only gain or lose a single location at a time, though, so they will not completely disappear or extremely increase in size overnight, but it will be a gradual process. Okay. I like that kind of growing and shrinking kind of situation. That's pretty cool. So here is Theravada, from whatever country it is. Someone who speaks Pali as their liturgical language. We can join sect, disfavor, promote, leave sect. Alright. A country can also choose to leave a sect or to join a new one, but with some caveats. For once, a country will not be able to leave a sect it is part of, as long as that sect has over 50% favor. So if they want to leave that to join a new one, they will first have to make that favor decrease. To join a sect, a country must not already be at its maximum number of sects allowed, and the sect to join needs to be present in their territory or in the territory of an ally or subject. So, what are the available sects? We have Theravada ones, Burmese, Khmer, Langkavong, and Mahavihara. The Eastern Buddhism has, oh god, I saw this one, I'm like, I'm not going to try and pronounce this. We also have Confucianism. I did see some comments on my videos a little while ago asking where Confucianism is. Apparently it is a school within the Eastern Buddhism sects. Maybe it's elsewhere as well. But yeah, I was gonna pronounce these. And then I saw this, and I'm like, I think we're good. You might notice here, Confucianism and Taoism, we'll talk more in depth about them in the last block of the post, devoted to Xinjiao. Alright. As for Tibetan Buddhism sects, we have these ones. Some of the sects may be better known by other names, but we use more generic terms for them due to the fact that they are present in multiple countries. That makes sense to me. So, meditation school. If you have... Where's meditation school? Alright, it's one of the sects of Eastern Buddhism. If you have that, then you can get, if you favor the sect, you can get 50% army tradition from battles. That seems pretty strong. If we disfavor it, though, it's minus 50. And if you promote another sect, it's minus 25. Fair enough. So, This is just, I guess, the people who have this as their sect, perhaps? I don't know, there's no... Alright, this is where the meditation school is spread to. Okay, gotcha. Some of the schools have other special sets of teachings on top of the main ones, like the ones including Vajrayana, tantric practices, giving some extra actions to the countries belonging to them. So we have monthly prestige, tolerance of heathen beliefs, and then if we disfavor or promote another sect, we get various different things. Fair enough. It allows you to have the following policies. Tantric practices. Alright, well, we'll see what those do, maybe, up sometime. And now we have Eastern Buddhism. They can perform tantric rituals, organize spiritual retreats, or commission religious images. There's also two other Buddhist religions I want to talk about, which were pending from previous Tinto talks. For starters, we'll talk again about Shinto, alright? As mentioned in its own Tinto talk, Shinto countries have the ability to favor Buddhist schools, and mentioned that action gives them access to interact with the general Buddhist mechanics. That means that when performing this action, they will gain the same abilities related to the sects, with some costs associated with that. That's nice for the people playing in Japan, which I imagine Japan's going to be a pretty popular place to play. And if you want to favor some Buddhist schools, then you get to interact with some more mechanics, which is nice. Yeah, disfavoring, promoting sects, and joining sects there, very nice. They will thus be able to join the sects of Eastern Buddhism, although they can only join one, with some extra specifically Japanese sects. So, I imagine that's probably Shugendo and Tendai. Nichiren sounds Japanese as well, I don't know. As an extra note related to the Japanese sects, Jodo Shinshu will also be created as an additional one during the course of the game. I have never heard this word before in my life. I assume it's being mentioned because it is something well known, potentially. I don't know. Another religion in the Buddhist group I want to mention, and that some of you have already noticed, is the new religion that they've implemented in China, which they've named Sanjiao. Something we did after careful consideration from the feedback received in the Tinto maps. It's to represent the particular blend of Buddhism, Confucianism, and Taoism, together with many other folk beliefs, that has formed and coexisted in China for centuries. As such, a country following Sanjiao will automatically belong to the Confucian and Taoism sects, and they will get both the righteousness and harmony currencies. On top of that, they'll be able to join one extra sect of Eastern Buddhism. So Sanjiao enables righteousness and harmony. You get 10 max literacy. That's really nice, actually. Get monthly legitimacy there as well. 82 million Sanjiao pops, and no one is following it. I mean, they're all in Yuan, and Yuan is... are they Tengri? I actually don't know what the primary religion of Yuan dynasty is. Anyway, so we don't have any extra buttons on the religious actions yet, okay, but Confucianism gives you monthly development. This is quite nice. Over the course of the game, this does add up to a decent amount. I think I worked it out sometime that 0.001 was something like 30 extra development over the course of the game. So it's nothing to sniff at. We can definitely enjoy that. And then Taoism, and that war exhaustion, as I was saying, again, it's very nice. Stab cost investment is also really nice as a modifier to have. As you can see, these two enable special currencies, righteousness and harmony, respectively. So if you are at high righteousness, you gain... so I guess 100 righteousness is 5% state satisfaction equilibrium. But I think, more importantly, we've got monthly control here, and I think monthly control is a fantastic modifier. 0.1 at maximum is what I'm imagining here. Is pretty good, you know. More monthly control is really, really good. Getting to your equilibrium point is as fast as you can, and increasing that equilibrium, of course, is huge. And then at Harmony, you get monthly prosperity and monthly development. Again, really, really good modifiers. So you want to have high numbers. Wait, if you're above 10 Harmony, your monthly prosperity goes down. So you want to be harmonious, balanced and harmonious. Very nice, very nice. So, tomorrow there'll be a post behind the audio and the OST of the game. Wait, what? No. Wait, that's coming out tomorrow? I thought that came out on the 19th. Oh, the 19th is a Thursday. When I made my short, I thought the 19th was a Friday. My bad. Tomorrow we're getting the whole ass OST. And I can maybe start having the OST in the background of these videos instead of, I mean, whatever I'm listening to right now. Awesome. Awesome. Looking forward to that. And then on the Tinto flavor, we're looking at Majapahit. Majapahit. Whatever. Something like that. Good stuff. But we also do have a few developer comments to take a look at. So, there will be a Tinto flavor for China at some point. We don't know when that is going to be just yet. But there's also going to be one for the Middle Kingdom International Organization, which is very exciting. The community feedback for the name of Sanjiao was considered. Essentially, the original Tinto map, I believe, showed it as Mahayana. That was something that people kind of had issues with. It was changed to Eastern Buddhism. People had issues with that, and then they finally landed on Sanjiao, with obviously the Confucianism and Taoism being sects within that, to kind of give the best kind of version of the Chinese religion that is possible. It's much better. From what I've read from people, it is much better this way than EU4 had it, than EU5 used to have it. This is looking like a massive improvement. And I will listen to them, because I am personally exceptionally ignorant. Shouldn't Yuan follow Tibetan Buddhism under the Mongols? The country-state religion of Yuan is, in fact, Tibetan Buddhism, correct. The screenshots obviously show religion per location, so that's why it's not showing Yuan as Tibetan Buddhism, but they are Tibetan Buddhism. Anyway, is there anything you can do to make sects spread faster than one location at a time? No, unfortunately not. I see harmony is back, but nothing about harmonizing other religions. Is that gone? No. I quite liked harmonizing religions. That was something I enjoyed. So I think the harmony religion is going to be slightly better than what we've just read. Not harmony religion. Religions with harmony is going to be slightly better than what we've seen so far, because that wasn't really talked about. But this is really fun. And apparently that is not gone. So look forward to playing around with that. And finally, can Shinto gain access to the righteousness and karma by favoring their respective sects? For righteousness, yes, and that's tied to the Confucianism sect. But for karma, no, as it's not tied to any sect, but to the religions themselves. Why isn't classical Chinese the liturgical language of Shinto like it is for Xinjiao and Eastern Buddhism? The Nihon Shoki and the sacred texts of Japanese Buddhism are all written in it. And he shows a couple of attachments, classical Chinese there, blah blah. So, regarding classical Chinese for Shinto, that is something that could be debatable. It is true that classical Chinese was used in Japan, but the way it was used, called kanbun, it includes many annotations and variations of word and grammatical order compared with what would directly be classical Chinese. And when reading the text aloud, they would read it in a way that would be incomprehensible compared to classical Chinese. That's why it was chosen to represent that as Japanese, though it would be rather different than regular Japanese. To be fair, Japanese people of the time would use up to 4 different types of writing, including kanbun, but would read all of them as Japanese. All right, and that is it. That is your lot for the Buddhist religions. I am even more excited now to play as Japan than I was previously. Like, previously I was like, yeah, I definitely want to play my Shimazu. Now, knowing even more about how the religion works, I would like to, engage with the sects so I can maybe get a bit of harmony going, harmonize other religions. That would be kind of fun, if that's possible. We'll see. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you would like to leave a comment, I do read them all, and obviously subscribe, because I like subscribers, and if you are a subscriber, I like you just a little bit more. Anyway, thanks all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.